Hello, hello. My name is Steph. If you'd like to come on and have a seat for some symbolic support, we're going to drop some ink to see what shapes and symbols may stand out and speak to our psyche and psychic senses, and we'll add on some tarot or oracle along the way. So when you're ready, if you'd like to join me, if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. Let's go. You know the drill. We're going to create our portal to perceive in. We're going to release any expectations. We'll just simply allow it to be as it is. I hope you're doing well, and always know that you're welcome to comment below what you see, sense, or feel, what shapes and symbols stand out and are speaking to your psyche and psychic senses. Drop an emoji, all that kind of good stuff. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated. When you're ready, if you are joining me or fast forwarding through, taking a nice deep breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of anyone here at any time. Thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. Our scroll, there you go. If you want to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time and terms. I'm seeing the goddess pose from yoga. I have a very wide stance. I'm also, you have like triple cheerleaders coming through. Something about your ears as well. You know when someone's talking about you and you say, oh my, your ears must have been burning? Something along that lines. I don't know if that's chitter chatter, good, better, ugly, but something about that. I'm also giving birth to something. It's been a slow birth. It's been a slow birth, but it feels... Hold on. Your birth is being attended to by like metaphysical midwives. Yeah. Whatever it is that you're creating in your life or manifesting in your life. I say metaphysical. Yep, metaphysical or multi-dimensional, because I'm seeing it as like a turtle in the shape of a mushroom. The shell is the shape of a mushroom. I have two thought bubbles happening at one time, possibly two different directions of thought. Divine guidance is coming through. See, even in like the frog legs, something about a wide stance. I know it's not verbatim, it's not the point, but it was just a wide stance. Even like squatting and opening up the root space with stability, and then also having just a wide stance. I feel something about a staple as well. I'm wandering through these two thought bubbles, but something's distracting me. Give me a moment here. I'll share it with you. Right on this cliff here. That's right where I am. I'll bring my scrying in. See that person right there? Oh, those are the metaphysical guides. The metaphysical midwives, the divine guidance of what it is that you're birthing. They're paying attention. They're paying attention to it. Because now in the negative space, I'm seeing like this is a mouth wide open, and okay, so it's like there's two versions paying attention. Very, very large. I don't know if somebody needs to hear this, and I say this in a great way, actually, but like it's happening. Whatever it is that you're doing, have been preparing, nurturing, whatever context, personal, professional, corporate, creative, it's happening. It's happening. And while the birth might be slow, for others, quick from our point of view, it's happening. And it's happening in a way where your body, vehicle, vessel, your mind, brain, your energies, etc. And this isn't in a judgment of anything. This is in honor of what you've done and where you will be progressing towards. So there's something about, there's something like I don't know why it's coming through this way because it's not my area, but it's like if somebody says, as an example, oh, I had a really quick birth. It was like, I don't know, a few hours. Or I didn't need this, I didn't take this. And then somebody else is like, oh, I, was in contractions or whatever the case. And I apologize. I don't know all the language of it. It was like 12 hours and then, this, that, or the other. What I feel like I want to do humanly is apply some sort of judgment or assessment is a better word, assessment, that if possibly somebody gave birth quickly or without an epidural or with or without these things, that implies something. I don't know what the something is because it's outside of me, but it feels like that implies something. And that leads me back to a belief. One of my bubbles of thought is, and it leads me to that belief. Are they better at me at birthing? Now, I'm not comparing. I just feel like I'm looking at it. But then I understand, even on the other way, or looking at the other way, the journey of, hours and contractions and things and all this stuff. Does that imply something? Does that even imply deep-seatedly, if I may, just wander down that road to be like, in association with whatever this thing is, of how much I'm going to hang on to it because of the amount of suffering I went through, or what felt like through that birthing process. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be very, very compassionate and kind here because it's not my area, but I think in some context, it's like if something takes us weeks, months, days, years, and the process of what it is that you are birthing, it's like following those thought bubbles of belief and not somewhat associating them with how it ends up being birthed through the belief system, and also releasing it of it. And maybe not even understanding is the right word, the contemplation that certain conditions, in this case, for whatever reason why it's coming through this way, hips expanding, or I don't know, genetics and yada, yada, yadas, different positions of squatting or this, that, or the other. There are just different experiences. They in no way necessarily indicate, if you're comparing yourself to somebody you're aspiring to, or someone or something you're inspired by, they're individual. They really are individual. They are not to be compared to. If anything, they can be an inspiration to maybe create conditions. But it can't be. Please don't deny the beauty of your process by comparing, and almost like deteriorating it by comparing it to others, when there's an inspiration to have common yet different experiences of whatever one is creating. Male, female, masculine, feminine, all that kind of good stuff. Did I get off track? I don't even know where I went there. So, and it's almost like through my nose, I'm like, you do that thing, and then I kind of like clear those vessels out. I'm also seeing smokestacks. So maybe something is just seeing good fortune in others, or how so that's the interesting thing. It's like how I'm perceiving somebody else's experience to be fortunate, or a fortunate experience. That is the inspiration through these thought bubbles that is bringing me into my mind, left and right brain, male, apply any polarity that feels good. It says, okay, so they're there. Follow the trail back. Think and feel that. What belief does it lead you to? Because you are birthing something. This is but I feel like maybe you've been through this. And this is why it's here and now, to almost like give you a congratulations for going through the beliefs that you might have been through already, your belief systems. Yes, belief systems. You've changed some sort of belief system, if not a few of them. And they all come together because there's a power plant in the mind. I'm writing something in stone, and this is what it leads me back to see. A primitive perception. I want to know that I feel like I'm saying all this because in honor of what you've actually done. It's like you went back in time, followed your thought bubbles to your belief systems and beyond, to perhaps like that proton, neutron, atom, I don't know, whatever order they're supposed to go in. Smaller and smaller and smaller, but in some way, shape, or forms, they could have a bigger impact in the effects to come. And you did that. So now what you are birthing in your process, turtle with the mushroom, is beyond even comparing within the self. Comparing within the self. It's your experience, and the value is in there for that. And what you might have other conversations with people, places, or things in regards to it. And they are complementary to almost like filling in the picture, the big picture. The scope of it. I'm seeing one of those camera lenses that make it go from like, 1:1 or 6:19 or like crazy widescreen. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger by the sharing of these. Okay, closing out messages. I will see you tomorrow where we will flip this for fresh perspectives, of course. We have here Arcana and the active love here and now. So your relationship with this whole concept of sorts is so compassionate with consciousness. Because it's bringing you and you've achieved and are achieving through what you're birthing here and now, the exchange between your energies, whatever they may be, they are of the Arcana, the major Arcana awareness. Major Arcana awareness. This is a dragon skull, and it's like a new dragon is being born. It's like thick skull, and you've gotten something through your thick skull because you've changed some sort of expectation. And now what expectations you may have are based upon your, that it's not the your, but it is your, but forgive me. It's the bigger picture thing, that bigger scene, the bigger scene. You're in the majors now. You are in the majors. Justice, you've created it for yourself. Through that divine guidance that has always been with you, watching you go through this process. It's like the conditions of the body preparing to give birth. As the physical example, but please apply. Maybe you're working on renovations or working on a car and restoring a car, repairing, whatever the case is. And you've managed to do this for yourself. And this will now be applied in all directions, in all areas. I'm going to flip this. I hope this did inspire, educate, or entertain. I will see you tomorrow for the flip side. And until then, later. So much love.